Hey, good morning, everyone. To the podcast. This is the morning Blitz. Right now we are July 25th, and we have a lot of news. We have a lot of news coming up, and in a little bit, I'm gonna go over a quick rundown. First things first, let's go through the basic stuff. NFL training news, Tampa Bay Washington Commander Stadium plans at the RFK site events, and updated deal projected to bring in $779 in revenue over 30 years. The DC Council will vote on August 1st. Kev Williams starting QB for the Chicago Bears, struggling early training camp with an interception of his first snap. Offensive line issues prompt coach Ben Johnson to bench the offense and refocus rookie wide receiver Luther Vernon the third and stay day-to-day with minor soft tissue injury. Running back DeAndre Swift is working to improve his second-year performance. Jalen Johnson is out due to a leg injury. Uh, leg injury. Jamal Charles, Chiefs legend, praised Kansas City offseason changes in raising the depth at tight end. Especially the undrafted free agent Jake Brady School highlights also include the release of defensive tackle. Because I don't have them on me. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Right now, I am currently running around things. I hope everyone can hear me better now. So, going back to what I was saying. Um, with that being said, Major League rumors of a fight between DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey.
Hey, hello everyone. So going back to what I was saying, we have a bunch of stuff going on for today for the sports news. We just covered the NFL. We'll be coming back again to cover the other aspects of today's sports. Hopefully, my audio sounds much better this time around. We had a little bit of a mishap with the audio equipment, but I think I fixed it. So with that being said, So with that being said, oh my god. Hey, sorry about that, guys. Unfortunately, sometimes I freaking have issues and live with a house full of kids, you know. God, I want to apologize. I want to make sure everyone can hear my audio 100%. That's the main thing. That's what I'm hoping for. I guess I have to take this on the road. I guess. Yes. So, with that being said, guys, all right. With that being said, let's first of all, I want to apologize for the chaotic situation. I happen to live in the house where there's people that like to come banging on my door or coming screaming at my ears all the time. So, hopefully, everyone can hear me fine. Once again, want to apologize for the delays here. So, NFL news, real quick. We have already covered the fact that Kalen Williams has been struggling in his training camp. Ben Johnson had to bench the first unit offense because he is expecting everyone to be perfection incarnate. He is not going to take anything less. Other news, Justin Fields' injury has been moved to day by day. For the time being, Tyrod Taylor will be the starter until Justin Fields gets a full medical evaluation. But at this moment, he is a day by day, and Tyrod Taylor is taking majority of the snaps for the remaining of the time. That's what's going on right now with the New York Jets and the Justin Fields situation. Another thing that is going on in the lovely NFL, DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey, there was a rumor stating that they got into a scuffle or a fight of some sort. There has been no confirms or denies of that. So at this moment, we're going to chalk it up as a rumor until there is more. Me alone. Sorry about that, guys. I have like 1,000 people screaming at me, talking to me, so it's getting a little bit chaotic. So going back to saying, with that being said, it's just a rumor that there was a fight between the two. Once again, no sources has confirmed or denied. Once I get that clarified, I will confirm that on Monday. Or by that point, you guys probably would know if it was true or not. Other news, the Ravens are looking good in training camp. This is somewhat old news, but it was brought up again that the reality of a reunion of Justin Tucker and the Ravens is a possibility as long as his legal issues get solved before then. Right now, he got released by the team due to the legal situation. The Ravens did not want to be accountable if something does end up happening, which makes sense. But if he is found not guilty on any of these charges, then the Ravens most likely will resign him. This is not similar to what the Ray Lice situation was, when Ray Lice, there was a video of him knocking out his wife in the elevator. So that's a whole different situation. And what the Ravens did was 100% justifiable by releasing Ray Lice due to that harness situation that he did, that which now he is totally regret and has carried on since then. A sense of responsibility towards the community of Baltimore has really stepped up, and I have to amend Ray Rice of that. But what he did was wrong, and the fact that he got, uh, released by the Ravens was a proof that you cannot do what he did and get away with it. It's wrong, and it obviously ultimately cost him his NFL career. With that being said, stuff like that happens in the NFL. People's careers don't always stay intact. What are you doing with that? So, like I said, with everything that is going on, with the NFL, and how sometimes we have all these people and these players that don't realize the justifiable consequences of their actions, and they kind of like what's the saying? Fuck around and find out. Essentially, what ends up happening, and it's never good. Does it suck that it happens a lot, and the NFL players possibly lose their NFL careers? Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna go look over some notes, and I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Gotta check up on some notes. All right, so Major League Baseball currently today, the Oakland A's, or the whatever they want to call themselves, the Oakland A's, Sacramento A's, the A's that keep traveling. They have a losing record of 63-40 something. No, 43-60 is their record. And I think they're taking on the Reds. I'm not 100% positive. With that being said, Major League Baseball has been shaping up to be very interesting this year in terms of wins and losses, teams rising and falling. I'm hoping that the Red Sox get a late surge and become playoff bound, and go win and go out and just win it all. That's what I'm hoping for, from a fan's perspective aspect. But so what I'm going to do is for 8 days, I'm going to do a complete breakdown of the NFL divisions on where they stand. And then I'm going to give you my honest opinion on what their record's going to be. Now, remember, like, I don't know if you paid attention to my first couple episodes, but when I do predictions, I do a preseason before the season starts, and then after a week 5 prediction. After week 5 is what I have to stay with. I can't change it. It is what it is. So for my preseason, we're going to go through all 4 of the AFC North teams. I'm going to tell you where they're going to finish record-wise, and then we'll do a breakdown of what's really going on with these teams and all that fun jazzy stuff. So in alphabetical order, we're going to go with the Baltimore Ravens first. As of right now, as it slates, some people will go, oh, they're going to run the table. And, well, I'm being an optimistic realist here. Due to the additions of the Hawkins, D-Hop himself, the additions of Jalen Alexander on defense, and just a solid NFL draft. However, I'm going to be realistic. There's always going to be a setback, regardless of who they add. So I don't know. I feel if they went and ran the table this season, that it's not ending in some type of postseason defeat. I'm going to give them a modest record of 11-6, but they're taking the division. They'll be AFC North champions regardless. All right. So now we're going to go talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. With all the drama going on with the Cincinnati Bengals organization, I don't see them doing much of anything. 8-9 is their record. Missed the postseason. Get swept by the Ravens, swept by the Steelers, and sweep the Browns. That's what I see. Speaking of the Browns, them and their poop-colored alternatives there, the dew-wipes jerseys, I'm going to call them. They are looking to be depending on the situation, depending who starts as QB, depending on if they're really going to be taken seriously, I think they're going to have the same record as the Bengals. They're going to go 8-9, miss the playoffs, but we're going to see some. We're going to see Shador Sanders start towards the end of the season. I think. Remember, these are my preseason predictions. I do another one on week 5, the regular season. And last but not least, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to continue with their weird winning record of winning every season, but it's going to be 9-8. Miss the playoffs. They're going to miss the playoffs because they went 9-8, where other teams at least went 10-7. And that's my prediction of the AFC North. Why do I think this, you may ask? Well, here are my beliefs here. I think the Aaron Rodgers experiment is going to bite Pittsburgh in the ass. If anything, if Aaron Rodgers does get hurt or doesn't produce the way they want him to produce, I think they will go with Mason Rudolph to finish off the season as the starting QB if they don't get what they want out of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was there because they wanted someone to groom their rookie QB, who I guess, from what the reports are saying, that Aaron Rodgers is really helping that kid out. He's giving him tips, what he should do for his dropbacks. I've seen a couple of interviews where the rookie QB has explained what Aaron Rodgers has helped him with, which is shocking to me because when you think of Aaron Rodgers, you think of a very selfish individual. But I guess he's not that selfish as everyone made him where everyone thought he may be. So with that being said, because he's doing something on an unselfish level, I have to praise Aaron Rodgers a bit. It's not hard to go into the NFL knowing that your time's almost near. And for the fact that he's given something back to a rookie quarterback, that means a lot to Aaron Rodgers' legacy. Because right now his legacy was selfish. He was a very selfish individual. And that was the middle of his whole legacy argument. People were like, he's selfish. He's a drama case. He's Mr. Drama and A, B, and C, And in the part of me, I agree, but then I don't agree. I don't know why these people are dropping these links on my thing. I'm just not gonna go buy it. So. Sorry about that, guys. I like how people like to call me at random. So let's go back to the sports news. Major League Baseball, the Seattle Mariners acquired first baseman Josh Naylor. I'm hoping that I am not butchering this poor man's name. Josh Naylor. From the Diamondbacks in exchange for 2 pitching prospects ahead of trade deadline. Tonight's matchup, which was trying to explain, and I couldn't remember what team the Athletics are playing, but the Athletics are 43-62. They face the Astros, who are 60-43, with Jeffrey Springs scheduled to start for Oakland. Padres are 55-48. They take on the Cardinals, which is 53-51, led by Nick Pereira for San Diego. Cricket. I don't really cover cricket, but it's on my news docket. All right. So cricket is they're taking on England versus India Tests on day 3 at the Old Trafford England Trail by 90 runs, but added 107 without loss in the morning. Joe Root and Ollie Pope scored half centuries. Root became the 3rd highest run scorer in Test history, surpassing Jacques Collis and Raw Durant. England is pushing is pushing for a commanding total beyond 500 and likely innings victory. No clue how cricket works. It's just one of those weird sports that I don't understand. But let's go back to the AFC North prediction aspect that I was going to do. So here we go. Baltimore Ravens training camp is underway. Delane Hawkins' chemistry with Lamar Jackson has been under scrutiny. Hawkins has missed practice on July 24th with a minor issue, though team officials are cautious but optimistic about the injury. The Ravens aim to become the first team to win 3 straight AFC North titles since the division formed in 2002. Cleveland Browns, the quarterback competition is heating up. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett split first team reps early in camp, with rookie Dylan Gabriel making noteworthy progress. Shador Sanders is trailing but still under consideration. Offseason signings added depth chart across the roster. Defensive tackle Joe Tryon, linebacker Devin Bush, offensive tackle Cornelius Lucas, the defensive tackle Malik Collins, tight end Blake Whiteheart, cornerback Tony Brown, and linebacker Jerome Baker joined via free agency. Humorous media buzz, a viral promotion event involving a inflatable helmet and a cameraman splash caused controversial rumors, particularly notable giving Classic Browns drama. The Cincinnati Bengals signed veteran Desmond Ridder to add experienced quarterback depth behind Joe Burrow, joining a room including Payne Throne and Jake Browning. Camp drama continues. Trey Hickelson is holding out over contract extension disputes and will be collecting daily fines. Shador Stewart, rookie first-round pick, remains unsigned after contract negotiations still over language terms, which we know he has went back to his college. Players needing to step up. Defensive back Cam Tyler Britt, defensive tackle Chris Jenkins, left guard Dylan Fairchild, safety Geno Stone, and defensive and linebacker Darius Knight are highlighted as pivotal to Cincinnati's success. 2 players had to leave the second training camp session with unspecific injuries. The Pittsburgh Steelers made a bold offseason move, signing Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year deal, training for DK Metcalf, and acquiring Jalen Ramsey and Joel Smith, signaling a now-win approach under Coach Mike Tomlin. Rodgers had a rocky camp start, throwing an interception on his first pass, although later building rupture with new wide receiver targets in limited reps. Rodgers has declared this may be his final season. Defensive leader TJ Watt was extended to remain one of the league's highest paid non-QBs, anchoring the unit. And the divisional outlook and implications. Ravens enter 2025 as favorites to win the division again and potentially make history by 3-peat in a feat never accomplished in AFC North history. Steelers are betting big on the revamped offense, elite defense with Rodgers and Metcalf as marquee additions. Bengals are navigating internal contract friction while trying to keep their pass-heavy identity intact. The injury developments and rookie readiness be pivotal. Browns remain in transition after a 3-14 season. Their rookie QB, rookie quarterback, and recent veteran signs aim to stabilize the franchise, but depth chart at QB remains unsettled. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to stick to what my predictions are. I don't think I'm going to wave off of them. I think that's what it is. I'll be back on Monday with a much more smoother updates for you guys in the terms of sports and sports news. I want to say I apologize. Unfortunately, I live home. I have kids. I sometimes I don't have my own time to myself. I will be doing this back on the road moving forward, so we don't have these issues with kids. You guys have a great morning. This is AJ from the Morning Blitz Sports Talk Show and on the Hardcore Sports Network. We'll be back on Monday.